My name is Stacia. I'm 31 years old, and I had my first seizure at the start of my junior year here at the University of Minnesota. I was running cross country and track for the Gophers, living with teammates and friends. I had support from a great family, and I felt healthy. But then my life changed forever. Just out of the blue, I was in my apartment and had a tonic-clonic seizure, known as a grand mal. 9 years later, a seizure turned my life and career upside down. I met a new doctor, and it was after one of my appointments when I got the idea to do this documentary. Why? Because epilepsy carries a strong stigma that I personally have faced. As though has a young boy in Atlanta and former Minnesota Gophers football coach Jerry Kill. As someone sends Kill an anonymous email writing, "We've got a freak coaching the Minnesota Gophers." Why do you feel there's such a stigma around epilepsy?
Just like everybody else, it's easier to say seizure, and you have a seizure disorder than it says epileptic. I don't know if it has to do with the brain, the mind, or it's the word. And to me, a lot of it has to, for me, it was the word. You know, made you sound like a freak or something.
One time I was on the bike at a gym, and I suddenly started to get tunnel vision. I went out of it and just went black. And came to, I don't know, a minute or so later, and the girl next to me said, "You were screaming, you were just screaming." And that was completely mortifying. And then I got off the bike and started walking out, and this guy comes up to me, and he said, "You were screaming." And I said, I know, I'm sorry, a girl told me that. And he said, "Are you religious?" I said, "Yes, I am." "Are you a Christian?" "Yes, I'm a Christian." And then he said, "Well, you must have a multiple personalities disorder." And I just looked at him in shock, like, "Did you really just say that?" But he was dead serious, and I said, "No, it was a seizure." And I just walked out the door because I didn't trust myself of what I might say next.
It's not something you bring up, "Oh, hey, and by the way, I have epilepsy." I think people are fearful of it, scared of it.
It is the way it is, and why is it the way it is because people don't know. They're not educated. They don't understand.
And this is why understanding neuroscience is critical. Education can help people understand how some of the brain's 100 billion neurons can suddenly start misfiring, creating strange behaviors people have zero control over.
You don't have the conscious level that you're making decisions on your behavior. With a lot of people with this abnormal behavior that you were referring to, doesn't come from an underlying primary psychiatric disorder.
It comes from a surge of electrical activity in the brain. Education starts with advocacy, and advocacy starts with people and organizations stepping up to create change. In Minnesota, a group formed the Epilepsy Advocacy and Employment Group. Members fight discrimination in the workplace and help people with epilepsy find jobs. My passion is telling people stories to show how epilepsy affects us, but at the same time doesn't run our lives.
We have to take care of these people and these kids.
And Kill has become an advocate and hero for hundreds of kids with epilepsy, including Billy.
How you doing, Coach Kill? Doing all right? Look at this.
Wow, is that for me?
Yeah, well, yes it is. See what it says? "You're my idol, Coach Kill." How about that? You can't get any better than that, can you?
What do you think?
There you go.
Yeah, pull it back. Yeah.
What I look like, Chief?
Kill has also partnered with the Epilepsy Foundation of Minnesota to create the Chasing Dreams Coach Kill Epilepsy Fund. It helps programs like Camp Oz, a camp for children with epilepsy.
Great coaching. I'm a dreamer. I'm chasing dreams. Camp Oz, it's going to get bigger.
You and I are blessed in a lot of ways because you see some of the children and, it's affected their cognitive skills. That tears you up.
Seizure Smart Schools is their other passion. The Kills want the program in more Minnesota schools so students understand why they shouldn't be afraid of seizures nor make fun of them.
Start educating people at a young age in the schools, and not only the kids, but the teachers, the principals.
These are all big advocacy projects, spurred by people who see a critical need for more seizure education. Billy's sister Emma says true change starts with the very first thing we all learned in school. Simply follow the golden rule. What's the biggest thing you just want people to know about epilepsy?
Don't make fun of people for it. Just don't, because they can't help it.